I'm not going to stop the wheel. I'm going to break the wheel.
And a good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another Breaking the Wheel show. I'm your host, the Westerosi Ninja, and today's topic will be the new House of the Dragon prequel series to Game of Thrones that HBO announced last night. As all of you may have heard, there were several scripts that HBO was working on for the prequel series that was going to happen in the next couple years. One was tentatively titled Blood Moon, which was rumored to deal with the Long Night and the Age of Heroes. And they were also working on another script that was based off of the 2018 George R.R. Martin book, Fire and Blood, dealing with the first 150 years, roughly, of Targaryen rule in Westeros. Well, yesterday HBO dropped two bombshells on us. The first was that the Blood Moon pilot was canceled, and the second one was that the Fire and Blood prequels were green-lighted and will be tentatively titled House of the Dragon. Not even tentatively. I think it's too late for them to change their minds. It will be titled House of the Dragon, which will deal with, again, the events of the Fire and Blood book, supposedly. And they actually included a little catchphrase called Fire Will Reign. More than likely, meaning talking about the rule of the Targaryens over Westeros and the rest of the Seven Kingdoms. So, without further ado, let's talk about this in a little bit more detail and let the wheel predict the answer to the biggest question you may have, which is, what events will the show be about, especially in the first season? Okay, so what do we know? Well, let's see. Well, House of the Dragon will be based on, again, the George R. R. Martin 2018 book, Fire and Blood. Okay, it starts with the arrival of Aegon Targaryen on Westeros and ends roughly about 150 years later, halfway to the events of the Game of Thrones. Uh, so far, 10 episodes have been ordered, allegedly, by HBO to basically start production. And the third point is that 2021 is the likely air date for House of the Dragon to basically be on HBO for everyone to enjoy. So let's go ahead and let the wheel predict what major events of Fire and Blood will happen. Now, what I did here, okay, because I have a lot more slots than a lot more major events from Fire and Blood, I decided to put some wild cards in there because Fire and Blood is actually supposed to be a two-part series, okay? So the first book, basically captures the first 150 years, and the second part was going to capture the next subsequent 150 years. So I included some events from the subsequent 150 years of Targaryen rule, especially the big events that we know about. So you never know if HBO might change their mind again and actually start basically production on another event that's closer to the timeline of the Game of Thrones series that we all know and love. So the question, okay, the biggest question, and the only question for today is, what will the House of the Dragon be about? And that is pretty much asked by everyone out there. Let's basically talk about the wheel and see what the wheel says about this. And what I did was I included 10 significant events in Westerosi history. Regarding the Targaryen rule over Westeros, and they would be like Aegon's conquest, the Sons of the Dragon, basically the succession of Aegon the Conqueror, the reign of Maegor the Cruel, the Old King Jaehaerys I, the Dance of the Dragons, the regency of Aegon III Targaryen, which is strife with political madness here, the conquest of Dorne. Okay, that was from the Young Dragon, to earn the first. The Blackfire Rebellions. Okay, I'm sure a lot of people have heard about those. Dunk and Egg, and Robert's Rebellion. Okay, so what wasn't covered in the current Fire and Blood book? Okay, part one was the Conquest of Dorne, the Blackfire Rebellions, Dunk and Egg, and Robert's Rebellion. Okay. And so let's go ahead and see what the wheel predicts as as what the show will be about in the first season. So let's go ahead and spin it. And we will stop right now. And it looks like the wheel is predicting Dunk and Egg. Well, I think already George R.R. Martin said that he didn't really want to have a show about Dunk and Egg yet because he hasn't really finished. He was going to write another book about Dunk and Egg. So, but, you know, you never know what's going to happen. Maybe he'll change his mind. But that's what the wheel says. I'm sure a lot of people out there would love to see a Dunk and Egg TV show. But I don't know about that, Wheel. You know, I would have thought it'd be the Dance to Dragons, you know, or Aegon's Conquest as the two most likely candidates. But hey, you know, the wheel has been wrong before, and the wheel has been right before, so we don't know that. But at least that's the wheel's prediction. Dunk and Egg, you never know. It could happen. I'm sure, there'll be a lot of happy people if it does. So that is it, folks, for today. Basically one prediction, and Dunk and Egg for the House of the Dragon. So please like and subscribe if you haven't already, if you enjoyed this video. And I will see y'all next time. Later.
Ultra Ninja JK, dupla jinx, bota chakra em cada linha de faca. Face, macramé no micado, passo espadas por frases. Sintático, repara no que digo, é paradigmático. Não tenho paralelo, sou para lado mágico. Sabes como rolo, martelo pneumático. Técnica secreta do monstro roxo. Estamos a meter-nos no dojo, estamos a manter comos no jogo. Só com uma espada nos tojos. Plano picado, não sabes de onde esta ave vem. Nenhum radar pode detectar onde está a nave mãe. Tu sabes bem. Somos a clique, somos o clã. É Monster Jinx cabrão, respeito ao vais comer tartan. Na terra do nunca não digo banzai. Vivo na espelunca e tenho um bonsai. Ninja que é ninja, ninja, frotas imperiais. E bate mal, logo bate mais. A minha crew não sem espelhos. Na rua, dragão azul, dragão vermelho. Sento o silêncio. Verso shinobi, nunca me canso. Sou de Nairobi, ágil como um ninja. Rápido como um ninja, letal como um ninja. Brutal como um ninja, fatal como um ninja. Forte como um ninja, secreto como um ninja. Devo mesmo ser um ninja.
Esta é para os meus ninjas, só para os meus ninjas. Onde é que estão os meus? Ninjas, ninjas, ninjas. Ninjas, ninjas. Ninjas, ninjas, ninjas. Esta é para os meus ninjas, só para os meus ninjas. Onde é que estão os meus? Ninjas, ninjas.